Take two. Take two. Yeah, so good afternoon, family. Uh just been I feel guided, I feel called to share a little bit of what I know, what I've experienced, what I feel like I should share and what I feel like I can share with you guys. Um so my goal, my purpose in doing so is, you know, I feel like I also need this, as well as it may help, it may serve other people, but I feel like I need to get this out of my system, and it'll feel just good, just good to be heard and acknowledged, and maybe some of the things I may share, it may help some other people too that are struggling with similar things. So yeah. Um, so currently on my spiritual journey, I'm still healing from past traumas, many past traumas since childhood, many maybe even from past lives. I'm not really sure. Um, so I'm still healing. I'm still, you know, I don't know how to really explain it, but that's where I'm at right now. Yeah. So a lot of violence. I grew up with violence since I was a child. I'm still healing from that. I guess as weird and as crazy as it may sound, even that became an addiction to me, pain, and I guess that carried on, or I demonstrated that through many things, getting gauges in my ears as a teenager, um, you know, a lot of things, getting tattoos. Um, it's been a wild ride, to say the least. It's been bumpy, it's been rocky, my road, my path. At times, for a short amount of time, it was smooth, but things happen, and all I can say, it's all divine. It's all by divine appointment. It's all divinely orchestrated, and I guess so. Basically, what's really happening here, what's really going on, is that I'm basically coming out of the spiritual closet. That's I guess you can put it that way, So yeah. So I mean, here I am, spirit in human form, acknowledging that, and yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just been called to share. Like, I feel like there are many gifts, there are many talents, there are many reasons why at this time, and why it's you know why I've been chosen to go through this at this time. And I know that we actually choose our experiences, and I also know that in a, in a multiverse of unlimited possibilities, you don't really you experience everything, and you experience all lifetimes simultaneously. So we're just focusing on this specific one for this moment in space and time, which is actually the same thing. They're actually intertwined, and one can't exist without the other. And so, and one thing that I'm gonna say is that, you know, creation, creation and creator, they are also one and the same, you know? And that's the truth. And the ultimate truth will always be, I don't want to say love. I'd like to say I'm Hispanic, and I prefer to say amor. And the reason why is because English, English was created, um, it was mixed with many different languages. And so, English has its own purpose. The words have their own meaning, you know, and like Eminem said in that song, love is evil, spell it backwards, I'll show you. So, I mean, once you get a basic understanding, once you start learning to see things for what they are, so yeah, I mean, the ultimate truth will always be amor, amor, paz, peace and love to everyone. So that will always be the ultimate truth, no matter what, you know. And this ain't easy, you know. It's like this road ain't easy, you know. And unfortunately, most of us, we don't have a role model when it comes to this. We don't have someone to guide us, because we're at a point where we've surpassed so many people, we've surpassed so many things, so many obstacles, we surpassed even our own expectations, you know, spiritually, and, you know, I guess you could say physically, even though the physical world is really just the spirit world manifests. The spirit world is what's real, and the physical world is just, you know, your thoughts being manifested. And so I'm tired of, you know, not keeping quiet a lot of things that I know that I feel I can help people. And so, you know, I just felt like it was time. It was about time. And yeah, I mean, it's not easy, you know. Like, I learned a lot of things. Unfortunately, they helped me understand some things, but I learned a lot of things too late, you know. And I mean, it's difficult, you know. I struggled with spirituality, religion, you know. I've tried different religions, you know. None of them worked for me. I'm just not, no religion is right for me, you know. And the reason why is because we were meant to embody everything. We were meant to embody everything, accept everything. And so we need to get rid of this binary mindset and this binary programming that's the real infection, you know. Good and bad, evil and good, you know. Like, it's just not right, you know. In a sense, everything is what you make it, you know. Bad experiences, you know, bad things, you know, that people consider bad just because there's a contrast, you can transform them, you can transmute them, you can turn it into something good. And that's, you know, I guess that's what I'm trying to do, you know. The fact that I'm bilingual, you know, I know. And, you know, the things I've been going through, the things that I've gone through, you know, I know it's for a specific reason, a specific purpose, you know. Like, I want to, like, put a specific channel on YouTube where I teach a lot of Hispanic people English, you know, so they could progress, you know. I don't know, it might be a small difference, but hey, it's something, you know. Other than that, I write poetry too. I write music, not as much as I used to, but man, I got ammo. I got albums. I got, you know. And so I know that's a big part of the reason why, you know, I've been challenged the way I have been. And I know that creation and creator wouldn't put anything in my path that I hadn't agreed with, and that I know I wouldn't be able to handle. So yeah, um, yeah. I mean, that's about it. You know, just it's things are easier when you realize everything is one. Like I said, creator and creation are all one and the same. I had an argument with one of my cousins one day where he said, I said everything, God is everything, God is everyone, you know. And that was before I had so much understanding, but it just came from the heart. And he said, oh, so this spoon is God. That's what you're telling me. Most of my family grew up Catholic, really religious. I was raised Catholic. He said, this spoon is God. He's like, how can you say that? I said yes, you know. And he didn't want to hear it. He walked away, you know. But everything is energy, you know, and nothing's really actually still. It's just that such a slow vibration that it seems that way, you know. But everything is energy, and therefore everything is God. God is energy, God is everything, God is frequency, God is vibration, God is absolutely everything, you know. And it's just crazy, you know. Sound does produce light at certain frequencies, but however, there's a specific light, you know. There's a specific spark, there's a specific type of, I don't know how to explain it, you know. But truth truth is amor, what some people know as love. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna continue making videos. I have actually a list of YouTube videos, simple lessons, simple teachings that I'd like to put out, but it all depends, I'm gonna give it a couple more tries, maybe once or twice again. It all depends, how people respond. Currently I'm I'm healing, and I just feel like people shouldn't be ashamed. People shouldn't be ashamed of being vulnerable. People shouldn't be ashamed of, you know, of not, I know not everyone has the capability to share, to share their knowledge, to share their truth, to share their experience, but just hang in there, never give up. Don't give up no matter what. That's my advice. Don't give up no matter what, because this is not all there is, and this is not all you are. You're so much more, Like I said, we live in a multiverse, unlimited, infinite possibilities, and this body is just temporary. It was always meant to be that way, but your spirit is eternal, and I guarantee you that. Yeah, so just, I don't know, just think about things. It all makes sense, like the saying goes, no one knows who they work for, and it's true. It's all so much easier when you realize, angels are actually pretending to be demons. Angels can be demons whenever they choose, depending on their homework, you know, and demons are actually angels, working in disguise, so sometimes, yeah, they stray, they forget, they have amnesia, they forget that they're actually angels, but, it's just, we got to stop this binary mindset, good and bad, good and evil, it's not healthy. It's not, all is God, and we have to acknowledge that. We have to accept it. We have to embrace it. That's what we have to do. We have to embrace it. We have to learn our lessons, be grateful that we can learn, be grateful for the experiences, be grateful that we can feel, be grateful of everything, regardless how bad it may seem. Just never give up, and I know it's not easy at all, I like, for me, it's been like, it's been a movie, to say the least, man. It's been a movie. I'm from Chicago. Currently, I'm not residing in the U.S. no more. It's been a wild ass ride. And I'm sorry I talk like slang, but that's how I grew up. So, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of who you are. You know, just know it's all divinely orchestrated. It's all divinely planned. And just know you're not alone, and you never will be. And the truth is everywhere. You just have to seek it. You just have to look for it, and you'll find it. The truth is everywhere. One advice I'll give, one last piece of advice is, don't challenge the system. Don't challenge the system, because that's what I did. Unknowingly, I challenged the system by just, challenging everything that I had once believed in, or was taught to believe in, all the programming. So don't challenge the system, just be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and if you're going to challenge anything, challenge yourself, don't judge anyone else, don't criticize anyone else, check yourself before you check anyone else, because it's not cool when it's done to you, and especially on some Matrix type of level where, you feel like you're literally being victimized by creation itself, when really you should be working together, when really you should be loving each other, enjoying each other, cherishing each other, growing together, so just look for the truth, you'll find it, and I hope I bless you all. Check out gematria. Check out, study the truth behind the English language. There's so much symbolism, so much occult. Uh, how can magic not be real? When magic is all everything is made of. We're made of stardust, our actual souls, our actual spirits. So how can magic not be real when you're magic yourself? When everything around you is magic. So just think about that, you know, and don't be afraid. Don't be living in fear. Don't be, danger is inevitable, but fear is a choice. Don't be living like that. Nobody deserves to be living like that. And fight, not really fight, but work hard for what you truly believe in. Work hard for your happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what it's all about, and work hard for it. In the end, there's no replacement for hard work, and it always pays off. So don't give up, and just remember, it's not easy, you know. It's not easy, but hey, keep in mind that it's better to be talked about than to not be talked about at all, than to not exist, or feel like you don't exist, or feel dead to the world and even to yourself. I was in isolation for over 3 years. I was hanging by a thread between life and death for over 2 years. And I decided to get back up because I deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit. I deserve happiness. So that's my challenge. I challenged myself, but it's not even about defeating myself. It's about working with myself. You're working with yourself. You're working for yourself. And this is a very sacred journey, very sacred process. So, just try to acknowledge that and try to enjoy the most you can. All the little things. Enjoy nature. Um, be happy. Be as happy as you can be. Um, I don't know what else to say. It's really hard for me. Be social. Even at work, I just started working again. It's really hard for me to be sociable. It's really hard for me to learn to trust again, or to be able to trust again. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of me. I can't say all of me because, like I said, we're infinite, we're unlimited. So I know I always have more to gain from, more to get from. So don't give up. Hang in there. Know that there's always someone who has it worse, and that's not to bring comfort necessarily. That's to acknowledge that, to know that there's people out there that need our help. So help whenever you can, in whatever ways you can. It's not necessarily money. I was tested so many times where I could have helped people. Very few times I didn't because I was so stuck in my own head. But there's many opportunities, and you always have more. You always have more opportunities. You always have guidance. You always have protection. You just have to learn that, and you just have to believe that. Get rid of all this negative programming, unproductive. I can't even say negative because that's part of the binary system too. It's just unproductive. It's just not fruitful. So yeah, study the truth behind the Bible. Don't judge anyone. It's just, who cares if someone is heterosexual, if someone is bisexual, if someone is homosexual. It's like, just live and let others live. Let others learn. Don't intervene in their process, because like I said, it's sacred. If everyone goes at their own pace. Everyone starts when they're ready and ends when they're ready. A lot of people, they're not ready in this lifetime, but that doesn't mean you know, that doesn't mean we should lower ourselves or our vibration down to anyone else's level, especially when we're working hard to get out of all that, and don't feel bad. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of effort. So, to not overcome, but to embrace addictions. And that doesn't mean indulge in them constantly, or at the expense of your body, or things like that, or of your energy, at your energy's expense. That doesn't mean indulge. That just means, slowly, work your way through it. Slowly work your way through it. And you're gonna see magic happen. you know Slowly, if you smoke a whole pack of cigarettes in 3 days, try smoking just two a day. Lower it down a little bit, little by little. It doesn't happen overnight. So I hope this helps somebody. I really appreciate, any feedback, any positive criticism, any positive feedback. um yeah, I mean, I'm currently working through through my anxiety, through my, barely coming out of depression, things like that. And I'm not afraid to say it, and I'm not afraid if people think I'm vulnerable anymore, because I realize how strong I am through everything. I may have lost what I thought was myself, but that was never really me. That was just everyone else's ideas. And now I'm finally have an opportunity to actually be myself, do the things I like, do the things I love. So so yeah, find yourself, love yourself. You can't expect anyone else to pamper you if you don't pamper yourself. I barely got a new phone. I had a cracked phone for over a year, over 2 years, a little over 2 years. I had a cracked phone, and I was so, I was so, I conformed. I conformed with what I had, and don't do that. Don't settle for less. When you could always have the best. That's my advice. Have a great night, guys.